Today we're here to band the baby peregrine falcon. Jerry, our master permit holder, and James, they both went up together to get the baby from the nesting box, and then they brought it down for us to band. Timing is very important. Kind of the nice thing about having the cameras up at the nest box, we can really get a good idea of how old the baby is. Once they reach a certain age, their feet are done growing. That is a very early point in their lives. As soon as like 20 days old, their feet are done growing. It's really important to make sure that the bands we're putting on are not so tight that it's going to cut off circulation, but also not so loose that they're just going to fall off. You don't want to band too late. At that point, the baby is going to be super mobile and it becomes just too dangerous to get them out of the nest at that point. So you really only have like a 1 to 2 day time frame. I'm really excited to figure out what this chick's name is going to be this year. This chick was especially feisty. She, being the only child this year, she was very large. She was a bit stronger than the other chicks that I've handled, which is kind of exciting. And she had a very strong bite. So I'm hoping we give her a good feisty name.
Today was a little more intense because we did have a young bird today. So they stepped up their parental level. And so a lot of dive bombing and contact. So not for the faint of heart, pretty neat experience. I actually donned a baseball helmet with a face guard that was my kid's. I thought that would be best. I don't know if it's necessary, but it made me feel better. I did have safety glasses on. My job here is important because my role is across the entire district to make sure we're following all our state, federal, county regulations that deal with any kind of wildlife. A big one, of course, is migratory birds, threatened and endangered species. And then also just trying to better our properties. We're doing prairie restoration, which in the end will help reduce costs.
I am 100% a volunteer. Jerry is our master permit holder, but then Chris and I are sub-permittees. Oh gosh, there's a lot of different reasons why banding is important. First of all, it helps us understand bird survivorship and longevity. In addition to longevity, we can understand health. Basically, any bird that is handled for research in the United States has to be banded. But when we assess health, we check things like the fat on the bird, the crop, to see that they're eating. We also look for parasites, and so we can really understand, especially with the babies, how healthy they are.
And the peregrine falcons are great here on property because they help control some of our invasive species on site, which would be starlings, pigeons. And also another, which a lot of people probably don't realize, is peregrine falcons. When they brought the numbers back through the years, they're doing really good now. But birds that have hatched out on a smokestack, actually when they grow up, that's what they're looking for a nesting site. So it's good to have places like this for them to use in the future and keep growing the population.
Well, I just think that birds are a universal symbol of hope. I think most people, when they see a bird, it's just a very freeing feeling, especially when that bird is in flight. So personally, birds to me symbolize hope.